Discernment should be greater than clarity. It should. But the question is, how do you and I increase our discernment? And what if the reason we keep feeling stuck is because you and I are chasing clarity, when what we really need is discernment? Because clarity can tell you what looks good, what's shiny, the shiny objects, the glittery objects, but discernment helps us sense what's right. Clarity can show you an opportunity, but discernment can reveal the cost. And clarity can make something look open, but discernment can tell you it's not for you. And in this season, especially in a world full of noise and chaos, fast advice and performative certainty that looks perfect, discernment has to be greater than clarity. So today's question is, how do we increase discernment? So let's cut the noise and get into it. Hey y'all, I am Madison Samone Chase, also known as Miss Chase. If you've been listening for a while, thank you. I was raised by an incredible single mom who is my biggest fan, my BFF, my best friend for real. I've learned that from discernment. I'm also a celebrity certified personal trainer, fitness and wellness expert, and sports and entertainment media host. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, raised in Dallas, built in Los Angeles, California, and I've had the privilege to train at Juilliard with School of American Ballet, becoming the world's only 3-time ESPN Miss Fitness champion. I have appeared in more than 450 fitness DVDs because of that ballet training, and the first of the 450 fitness DVDs was led by celebrity trainer and the GOAT Gunnar Peterson, known for training the Kardashian family. As a celebrity trainer, some of my most notable clients include Robert Pattinson of Twilight and Batman, Chris Tucker of Rush Hour, and Amber Riley of Glee. That's just to name a few. As a sports and entertainment media host, some of my favorite red carpet moments in press junkets and after show reviews include chatting with Richard Branson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Tyler Perry, Justin Baldoni, Issa Rae, and Tiana Taylor, because she is on a streak right now. I share my accomplishments for a couple of reasons. One, because this might be your first time listening, and to honor the millions of sacrifices that my mom planted in me so that I could blossom and flourish into the woman I am still becoming. So if you are listening and are watching, I want you to pull up a digital chair or a real chair and grab yourself a cup of hot or cold herbal tea. And welcome to my cozy home of Cut to the Chase at 8, a 15-minute micro-learning moment for macro living. And I am really overjoyed that you are here, because this is where we explore and learn and lean into life with our lived experiences, yours and mine, and where we invite lots of grace in this space as we are living in some really interesting times. And we chat all about spirit, mind, and body health, because that is ultimately our wealth, in micro doses for macro living. So make sure you join me twice daily for just 15 minutes at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, because this is your 15-minute chance for your daily pause or a cause for clarity, wellness, grace, and intentional decision making. And giving yourself, again, lots of grace in this space, because how we start our day and how we end it matters. Each episode, my offer to you will be 3 keys and 1 question to sit with, and hopefully encouraging you to give yourself grace in this space with something practical, something grounded, and hopefully something you could carry with you. So wherever you are listening from or watching from, turn this up and tune in. And if anything you hear today breaks your heart or lights a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe, follow, and share this with someone you care about. And please leave a 5-star rating if you feel inclined, and leave a comment so that this becomes a dialogue, not just a monologue. Now let's take a breath together. We're going to inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lean into today's episode of Cut to the Chase at 8. Let's cut the noise. Let's get clear. Let's get ready, set, and grow and go. And let's be great. So today's episode is discernment should be greater than clarity. That is what we're asking today. And it should be greater than clarity. Discernment is the key word. So how do we increase our discernment? That is what we're asking. And that is what today's episode is all about. And I think a lot of us, we crave something, but we may not have the language for it. So not just answers, not just signs, not more information, because we got a lot of that, but discernment. And because information is everywhere now, you could get it anytime, 24/7. Advice is everywhere. Opinions are everywhere. Experts are everywhere. And content is everywhere, however you want to consume it. So the issue is not access. The issue is, how do we filter it? What is our filtration system? And discernment is your inner filtration system. It's also how your Holy Spirit should lead. It helps you recognize what signs and what doesn't, and what is urgent, and what is manipulation, and what is wisdom, and what is performance, what is timing, and what is pressure. And let me say this very clearly. Discernment is not the same as fear. Discernment is not cynicism. Discernment is not overthinking something. Discernment is grounded awareness. It is the ability to notice what something is without needing it to be what you hoped it would be. And we talked about hope yesterday. Whew, I know it is a lot. And if you want stronger discernment, you usually have to be willing to slow down long enough to feel truth without forcing a conclusion. And sit still by yourself sometimes. And this is why we struggle with discernment, because a lot of us, including myself, we were trained to prioritize being liked, being people pleasers, being agreeable, being fast, being productive, being chosen, or pick me. So when something feels off, we override ourselves. We call it giving grace, my favorite word, being patient, staying open, not judging. Now, yes, grace matters, but grace without discernment can become self-abandonment or self-sabotage. And so we could be loving and still have boundaries. We can be Holy Spirit or spiritual and still pay attention. And we could be kind and still say something about this is not for me. And discernment grows when you and I stop arguing with your body, your mind, and your spirit, and patterns that are showing you, maybe you need to pause. Which brings me to key number 1. Increase your discernment by slowing your reaction time. Most people don't lack discernment. What we lack is space. And we respond too fast. And so that commit too fast, explain too fast, trust too fast, override too fast. Discernment gets stronger when you and I create a pause between stimulus and response. That pause might look like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you in a minute, in 2 to 5 business days. I need to sit with that. I'm not really ready to answer that yet. That is not indecisiveness. That is maturity, because clarity often wants immediate certainty. Discernment is willing to wait for confirmation. And if your nervous system is activated and it's busy, everything can feel urgent. But urgency is not always truth. It is not what your spirit needs. And sometimes urgency is pressure. Sometimes urgency is fear. Sometimes urgency is someone else's timeline trying to become yours. And if you and I want stronger discernment, protect your pause. Your pause is sacred, which brings me to key number 2. Increasing your discernment by tracking patterns, not just promises. Discernment is not built on words alone. It's built on patterns. Anybody can say the right thing once. Anybody can perform alignment for a moment, couple of days, 30 days. Anybody can sound clear, but discernment asks. It asks a bunch of questions. What is a pattern? What has happened consistently? And how do I feel after I leave this conversation, this room, this opportunity, this relationship or agreement? And do the actions match the language? And a lot of confusion clears up when you and I stop analyzing isolated moments and start observing repeated behavior. Because patterns preach. Patterns tell the truth that polished words try to hide. And this applies to more than just people, places, and things. It applies to you too, to me too. Our own patterns, they matter. And when do we abandon ourselves? And when do we ignore red flags? And when do we say yes because you don't want to disappoint people or being at a certain place? And so when do we call chaos normal? Because it feels familiar. And discernment grows when you and I become honest enough to notice that our own pattern loops are not serving us. Not with shame, but with compassion and clarity. Which brings me to key number 3. Increase your discernment by strengthening your spirit first, your mind, what you watch, and your body connection on discernment, because it's not just intellectual, it is also spiritual, it is also emotional, it is also physical. So something in your spirit is saying no, but your ego likes the attention. It likes being the star. It likes being the center of attention. And something in your body is tightening, but your mind is trying to logic your way past the warning. And sometimes your emotions are overwhelmed and you're calling it confusion, when really your system is overloaded. It's overwhelmed. And this is why regulation matters. A dysregulated nervous system can mistake intensity for alignment and familiarity for safety. When someone is familiar with you, attention for love, compliments, pressure for purpose. So if you want stronger discernment, practice checking in with all 3. Spirit, what is my spirit sensing here? Mind, what are the facts? Not just my fears or fantasies. And then your body, what is my body doing right now? Is my breath shallow? Are my jaws tight? Am I grinding my teeth? Is my chest heavy? Are my shoulders up? That check-in alone can save you and I from decisions that we'll later have to recover from. So discernment gets sharper when your inner life gets quiet and still. Not perfect, but quieter. So practicing always to increase discernment it's practice, right? And so practice the 24-hour pause for non-emergency decisions and give yourself a pause before saying yes. Journal what felt off before you explain it away. Write the first honest thing you sensed. Number 3, review patterns weekly. Ask, what drained me? What grounded me? What kept me repeating something? Number 4, limit noisy inputs. Too much content can drown out your own discernment. Number 5, pray, reflect, meditate, fast before you process with everyone else, because discernment weakens when every thought gets outsourced, when you're asking everybody their opinion. Number 6, let your no be data, not drama. You don't have to defend every boundary to have it honored. Which brings me to our 3 keys and 1 reflection question for this episode. Key number 1, slow your reaction time. Discernment grows in the pause, not in the pressure to answer. Key number 2, track patterns, not just promises. Patterns reveal what words can hide. Key number 3, strengthen your spirit, your mind, and body connection, because discernment sharpens when your inner voice and your life and spirit is quieter and more regulated. And our 1 reflection question: where in your life have you been asking for clarity when what you really need is the courage to trust your discernment and your spirit, your Holy Spirit? What is it saying? So I want you to sit with that, because sometimes the answer was never missing it. It was just being overridden. That's it. That's all. So before you go, I just want to say thank you from the bottom and top of my heart for spending this time with me. It has truly been an honor and a pleasure sharing this time with you. And if you keep coming back, thank you for continuing to give me yourself grace in this space with me today. And I am so genuinely thankful because you chose to step into this cozy digital home with me. And you could be anywhere else for this 15 minutes. So before you head out, let's quickly revisit our 3 keys and 1 reflection question from today's episode. Key number 1, slow your reaction time. Discernment grows in the pause, not in the pressure. Key number 2, track patterns, not just promises, because patterns reveal what words can hide. Key number 3, strengthen your spirit, mind, and body connection, because discernment sharpens when your inner life is quieter and more regulated. And our 1 reflection question to sit with: where in my life, in your life, have we been asking for clarity when what we really need is the courage to trust our discernment, So if today's episode offered you clarity, insight, or even a pause for a cause you didn't know that you needed until you listened to this episode, if there's anything that I shared today that pricked your heart or lit a spark, I'd love for you to follow this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, and share this with someone you care about. And please leave a comment so that this becomes a dialogue and not a monologue. And if you feel led, a 5-star rating so that this space can grow. And share it with people who may need it. And before we close, I want to extend a gentle invitation. If you have been listening, maybe not consistently, but listening enough, and you've been reflecting and you're getting value out of this podcast, and you feel moved to go beyond just listening and into a community that is connected with like-minded people, I'd love for you to consider becoming a C3, that is a Cut to the Chase Chaser Circle founding member. This is a foundational community for those who want to build and grow and heal together with intention and with honesty and being kind to other people in the group. And the founding members will eventually help shape what this podcast becomes and what this movement becomes. And I'm so honored to have you be a part of that beginning. So thank you for joining me here twice a day for our daily 15 minutes, sometimes a little more, micro dose for macro living. Now let's close with one breath. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. and again at 8 p.m. I'm Madison Samone Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase at 8. We are ready, set to go and grow. Let's be clear and let's be great. Blessings to you and yours. Until tomorrow.